Ronaldo's comical dance for an online shopping site, Messi's video transforming into various poses in front of a mirror for a Japanese face cream, and more. Here are the funniest adverts featuring football. Let's start with this airline advert featuring Messi and Kobe Bryant. The situations these two legends, who have etched their names in gold in the histories of football and basketball, find themselves in to impress a child are truly bizarre. Kobe's basketball show, Messi's football show from where he's sitting, and the child ultimately choosing the hostess who serves the food make it even funnier. Imagine yourself in that child's place. What a lucky kid. Of course, this isn't the only funny advert featuring Messi on this list. Later on, an advert that will have everyone in stitches awaits us. Next up is this man's exposure to Mbappé, who knows a single Chinese word. Yes, Mbappé really does end the advert with just one word. This advert, broadcast in China, promotes a social media app similar to Instagram. The company aimed to achieve good engagement by using Mbappé as the face of the advert, but they should have tried to get him to say a few more words. This advert isn't even close to being the funniest. We'll soon see what they're paying Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, idols of children and young people for years, to do. But first there's an English trilogy. The next three adverts feature footballers who have played for England. First, there's Martinelli's video celebrating SpongeBob's birthday.
I'm Gabriel Martinelli. Happy birthday, SpongeBob.
There's also his own birthday celebration with a SpongeBob cake. Even Martinelli is making fun of himself. Why would you celebrate SpongeBob's birthday? He must have watched SpongeBob a lot as a child. Let's escape the children's advert category. In this old cowboy-themed advert, Casillas has set up a goal in front of the barbershop, waiting for Beckham to take his shot. Beckham has positioned himself as if he hadn't scored against Casillas before and is out for revenge here. Yet, he actually scored 2 goals against him in a match back in 2002 to 2003. The interesting part is that Real Madrid and Manchester United players are watching excitedly from the sidelines, and Rivaldo's search for posters makes it even stranger. And what do you think happened in the end? With Beckham's whistle, the horse moved, scored with its hoof, and shattered the barbershop's window. But this is nothing compared to Messi's advert for the Japanese and Ronaldo's dance advert that had everyone in stitches. We'll come to those adverts in a moment. Next up is the comical dance by Carlos Tevez, who played for both Manchester teams in the English League for years. It's obvious that dancing doesn't suit him, but we can never doubt his football skills. He was once one of the best players in the English League. However, he ended his career playing mostly for South American teams in his later years. Speaking of South America, Neymar, who has left his mark on the Brazilian national team over the last 15 years, is famous for his goal celebrations, which involve dancing. This hair care company has also taken advantage of Neymar's dancing skills by having him dance in their adverts. So for the most expensive footballer in football history, these are truly ridiculous things. Today's footballers already earn good money from their clubs, so they don't really need extra income from advertising films. But footballers in the past, who were paid less by their clubs, accepted almost every advertisement that came their way. Manchester United's legendary goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel was one of them. Schmeichel, who agreed to this commercial shoot in 1997, managed to deliver a real comedy storm to the audience, from the song he sang as if reading a script to his costume and the instruments he played.
Some people get nostalgic for how things used to be. They sit and watch old movies on their...
Schmeichel, who shot the famous bacon commercial, continued to make mistakes like he did in this commercial film in the later stages of his career. After years of wearing the Manchester United jersey and establishing himself as one of the club's legends, he signed with Manchester City in 2002 during the final years of his career, instantly earned the hatred of the fans of the club where he had become a legend. The only thing that could surpass this is probably that bizarre advert Cristiano Ronaldo did in Japan, a device that you put in your mouth said to work your face and neck muscles. The company explains it very seriously, but the resulting image is pure comedy. You realize within the first few seconds that this isn't serious, it's just plain funny. To prevent Ronaldo's fans, who are at the top of the football agenda, from making fun of him, he promotes the product in the advert by waving it in his hand without putting it in his mouth. However, a few days later, on a Japanese television program, he tries the product at the presenter's insistence, resulting in this comical image. But this isn't Ronaldo's most embarrassing moment on our list. We'll see an even funnier advert later on. What do you think is the worst thing that can be done in an advert for money? If you've written your answers in the comments, let's move on to the most shameful advert in the advertising industry on behalf of footballers. John Barnes, who wore the Liverpool jersey for many years, won trophies, and carried his success to the England national team, seems to have crossed the line a bit too far in this 2018 advert for Just Eat. In the advert, you see a woman licking Barnes's face, which is at least somewhat acceptable, but the later parts of the advert are even more embarrassing. We regret that this man licking John Barnes's face repeatedly is one of the worst parts of the advert, but later on, when the man behind him stands up and licks Barnes's head, it makes us wish the ground would open up and swallow us whole. You're promoting a food ordering app, but the situation takes a completely different turn. It's ironic that an actor who has earned respect for his talent over the years is in a scene like this. Of course, that's not the funniest part. For example, how much did they pay to get Ian Wright to star in this chicken sauce advert? So even though dancing like a chicken might be good for the company he's advertising for, it really damaged Ian Wright's image.
Sauce. It's called Sizzle and Stir from Chicken Tonight, and this Tikka Red. One feels like chicken tonight, chicken tonight. Then the second part gives you a masterful masala sauce.
And if you shoot an advert like this, you're asking to be mocked by your friends.
This is some of my greatest work.
Can we do it here?
No, my knee is too bad. But you see, with that, people still tell me about, like...
Still laugh at it?
Yeah, still. But I ain't got no problem with that.
Wow.
Got well paid for that, and it was a good laugh.
We may be approaching the most absurd GOAT commercials, but first, let's go to the legendary one that most people call the best ever. This 1998 Nike commercial even won an award at the Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity. The setting is an airport, and on stage are the players of the Brazil national football team. Bored by the flight delay, the stars suddenly transform the terminal into a samba-filled football pitch. Throughout the advert, with dribbles between suitcases and wall passes, the atmosphere becomes increasingly festive, and in the end, the ball comes to Ronaldo Nazario, and the moment we've all been waiting for. While we're on the subject of Brazilians, you must know Ronaldinho's iconic video of him hitting 3 posts in a row. Yes, this video is not real. It is a video montage made to promote Nike boots. And now we've reached the top 2, with the funniest situations Messi and Ronaldo have found themselves in for money. Messi's comical appearance in that Japanese advert will definitely be remembered for years to come. Right from the start, the strange introduction repeating mess, mess, mess already nullifies the seriousness of the situation.
Mess, 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 mess.
But the real scene is when his face is completely covered in cream. Seriously, we see Messi covered in foam. He's a name that has gone down in football history, but the advertising archive sometimes tells a completely different story. Here we are at the top of our list. Did Ronaldo, who is already earning hundreds of millions in Saudi Arabia, really need an advert like this? At the beginning of the advert, Ronaldo scores a free kick and celebrates. Everything is normal up to this point, but then that scene comes. So, we get it, but did we really have to see this man, the legend of our childhood, dancing like that? Anyway, what's done is done. If you like the video, hit the like button and support us. See you next week with a new video. Stay healthy.